Hey there guys, and welcome back to Space Mountain episode number 9. And as I've said in the last episode, this will be the final time-lapse episode of this whole project. I won't be doing any further episodes, so that means a lot of things. It does mean a lot of things. First of all, it will mean that the next video you will see regarding this project will be the final video, cinematic shots and on-ride and presentation of the whole final project, and maybe a second one with the showcase, but I'm actually not too sure if I will do it or wait if anybody else will jump on it, because I do have seen a lot of it already, so I don't know if I want to do a showcase, because I will then also upload the one to the workshop and you can find out everything on your own. The second thing, which is also a reason for me not doing any further, I just wanted to keep some secrets how the rest of the park will be laid out. And yeah, the park maybe is a little bit too much said. It's just a little bit of the environment of the Space Mountain in general, and to spoil it already, I'm not going to do Utopia or maybe the how's it called, the planet thing in the middle of it, or I'm also not going to do the restaurant with the big zeppelin on the other side of it. It's just too much. I want to finish this project somewhere in the future, and maybe I'm also going back to this park and just doing a lot of stuff again, if I do want to do so. But to be honest, I'm really happy when this one is finished, because I've spent so much time into this park, and I just wanted to finish this off right now to give you the possibility to see this final park and to actually have a lot of fun riding the coaster. Hopefully you do have, and yeah, I just want to also focus on some other projects. So that's also the reason why I'm not going to do any further episodes, and because of the very, very basic reason, I just don't want to do episodes just for the sake of episodes. I feel like that the project now has to finally get to an end, and it's not too exciting for you to see the 10th episode of me just building detailed stuff, because it's, the basic work has been done. You all know already how the Space Mountain dome looks like, and all the big noticeable iconic things of this project do look like. And it's always, when I'm not recording, I'm also a little bit quicker, and I'm also a little bit more let's say encouraged to try around a little bit more than I usually would. And so I'm just going to finish the park without recording and just go crazy in detail and try to bring in as much as possible. And recording this episode right now, and it will be going online, I think, somewhere late next week. So that means when this episode will be online, I'm about to come back from Berlin again, and I think that first of all I will do Garuda, because you all are also having a 1 week break again due to my journey to Berlin again, also in Garuda. So I will be finishing that one so that we can actually give you the next episode of the Garuda project, which is also about to come to an end, but also to give you then afterwards, I guess somewhere next week from now, from today when you are watching the video, or maybe you're watching it tomorrow, but anyway, from the date when this video is being uploaded, from now on, I guess about 1 week or so, the final video of this project will be released. And maybe we are also going to do a special stream. I don't know, maybe I just let's just look into it, what's possible then, and just do it. But yeah, that's maybe just a little bit of information stuff, and also about this project. But now let's talk about the Nautilus submarine, which gave me a really, really hard struggle, to be honest. It's something I just did with a great passion, and with I just wanted to do this thing so badly. And I know there are a few versions already on the workshop, but I just wanted to create my own one. And not saying that anything else on the workshop is bad, it's just, I think it wouldn't fit in my style when I'm going to download the versions that are on the workshop. So I think that it would be a better idea to just make your own version of it, and try to fit in this park, which also means to get in with the colors that do fit the theme. Those are not the colors which the actual real life one has, because I there is not the color rust in the game, so I can't use it. I tried to make it look a little bit rusty due to the less saturated colors and a little bit like brownish, less reddish. I don't know, kind of. I can't describe which color this actually is, but those sci-fi pieces do actually have a nice texture to it. So later on in this episode, you will also see me put in a lot of these Christmas pieces to make kind of it looks like all the way we have got all these screws in it that are sticking out to give it the iconic look that the real life submarine has. And to be honest, the submarine is also something I'm really happy with, because of it gave me also again the opportunity to look even more into what Jules Verne has done as imaginative stuff and kind of ideas he had. And this one, which is obviously the submarine from 20,000 feet. How's it called? I just forget about it again. But it's like 20,000 leagues below the sea or so, something like this. It's called. I just have the German title in mind, so never mind. But yeah, it was really fun to build this one since I spent a lot of time watching about the concept, and I also have some early drawings of Jules Verne of this thing, and it's really exciting to also spend a little bit a look into the historical part of it. I mean, it's just a submarine which is placed into a theme park, but it does actually have a nice kind of story to it, because imagining when Jules Verne has been living and or when he lived, because he's dead, and it's really crazy to see how many ideas he already had towards future architecture. And of course this one looks strange and it's really steampunkish inspired, but if you do look into his first scribbles and his first ideas of submarines, even without knowing anything about modern submarines, it's really close to what we do actually have as submarines. And also he's got some, early versions of a helicopter and something like this, which is also something Da Vinci also had. But just for the sake of, because we are talking about Jules Verne, he's had so many great ideas about future technology without even knowing what would be possible. I mean, when he lived, there were so many things that haven't been discovered yet. So those ideas are just purely imaginative stuff, and it's so inspiring to see what those people in those days came up with ideas. And it also leads me to the fact that our current generation, which is all people are always talking about, everything has been seen and everything has been done and everything, there's nothing new. And for example, if you're talking about an idea of a mobile phone app, for example, you will also always hear people say, no, don't spend any time in it, because there's all apps have been done, and I just think that's wrong. That's kind of the wrong idea, and that's kind of the wrong attitude, because there's always something new. And I think our human generation will see so many crazy things in the upcoming years, and there's so much stuff we haven't even thought of. And this is also something which is really interesting, watching stuff from Jules Verne and also other great people of the past who have had great ideas. It's always showing us that we just don't have to be so naive to think that we do know everything. We don't know everything. So that's the same with Planet Coaster. Everybody is going like, you've built such a great thing. I never could do this, and everything has been built. And no, come on, I stopped playing it. That's not the right idea, guys. You just have to go into the game and try out. And even if your ideas seem to be stupid as hell, those might be maybe the best ideas. And just go for it, try it, and maybe you come up with something completely different, which you haven't planned at the beginning. But that's how creativity works. And never stop, never stop trying, and of course never avoid just the purely first idea. Never avoid to try this one. And that's something I just want to give you as an advice, playing Planet Coaster, but also for your daily life. It's if you do have an idea which you are somehow convinced of. Don't let anybody tell you it's not possible, because it's it's not possible when you don't try. Because if you don't try, it's really obvious that it won't work. But unless you've tried it, you can't know if it's working or not. And there's a good quote actually from who is it for? Was it Ford? I don't know, but the one who's built the first car engine or car, for example. He was told to come up with faster horses, because back in the days they just needed faster horses, so he had to go in and maybe change their food and stuff like this to make them a little bit faster. But instead of trying to breed new horses, he came up with the first ever car, and then he said, I was asked to do faster horses, but I just made a car. And that's basically, it sounds so weird, because we all know that cars are actually way faster than horses, and that's maybe also why we call it horsepowers for a car. And this is something really inventive and really revolutionary, but because the one who has actually done it first hasn't let him do something else which he was not told to do. And so yeah, that's maybe something really nerdy, I don't know, or maybe really theoretical or stuff like this, but you might just take it as an information, and if you do have an idea, don't hesitate to try. That's maybe it. So, but back to the build, because we are nearly finished with the Nautilus. I'm just, as I said, going in with those details as little screws, which I'm putting in all over the place to make it look a little bit more like the real life version of the one in the theme park in Paris, in the Disneyland. And yeah, I'm quite happy with how it turned out. To be honest, I just made also a huge part of the lower part of the Nautilus, which I just didn't need to do this, because you won't see it at all, because it's down under the water, which is, I don't want to rant too much about the water. We've talked about it as well in one of the later Garuda episodes, but I'm not 100% happy with the water in Planet Coaster. It's good, it's not bad, it's really good, but there are a few things about it which I'm a little bit annoyed of. So for example, it would be nice to have the possibility to adjust the level of transparency of the water, because it's like we do, oh sorry, I just hit my microphone. We do have a lot of different saturation levels, or maybe dirt and rough water and clean water and stuff like this, which is good. But we don't have actually, we don't have the option to make it transparent or not. So for example, for Koali Beach, I would have loved to have a high transparency to make it look like a lagoon, and put in some shells and put in some little reefs and stuff like this. And it's simply not possible without going really close to the water. And yeah, you just can't make the water a little bit deeper than you would like to. And yeah, that's it. So last thing we're going to do in the time-lapse video, you will see how I'm going to afford or approach these little towers, which will be the last addition to the station. Actually, that was the last thing. I tried to wait as long as possible with those, because I thought those will be pretty easy to do. And yeah, in a way I was right, that those were really easy to do, and pretty nice to put in actually, because this makes the whole station look like finished without even putting too much work in it, because those are just simple roofs with a custom simple towers with a custom-made roof. I just needed to fool around a little bit with those rounded red pieces over here. How they're called, I don't know, but you could really nicely use them as those rings, and I don't need it to. I just what I'm talking about. Sorry, and I just didn't need to make those circles on my own, and so I could just come up with this kind of a little, how's it, roof work? Yeah, it's something like a roof work on top of it, which looks really nice with all these little gables between and stuff like this. And it turned out to be really working really well, and I'm really happy with how it in the end does look like. It's those pieces which I'm going to use over here did work really great, so I'm really happy with how the tower turned out. But compared to the other builds, it was really easy to do, because it's really, yeah, it's from shape perspective, it's really simple, because it doesn't have anything which goes in a crazy direction. It's all down to the axis. It's pretty round. You can copy it around on the grid, and it was pretty easy to do. Just to get in with some finishing stuffs on top of it, you couldn't do it like this, and you can already see how it turns out in the end. A pretty nice little tower, and yeah, that's basically it. And that's basically also it with the commentary. I will leave you alone with the music. I won't put any screenshots at the end, because it should be a little bit of a surprise what the final project looks like. But I just wanted to say thank you for all of you who've been following this episodes until now, because it's already episode 9, which is also, as I said, the last episode. I hope you enjoyed the build, and okay, maybe I just have to make one final point. Okay, maybe then I can just talk until the video has been ended in general. Okay. I said in the very first episode, or maybe in the second, I don't know, that there are no great recreations on the workshop. That's basically, maybe I just didn't explain it well enough. I didn't mean to say there are no good recreations. I just wanted to make a point that there are too many recreations without any passion, and just trying to make usage of the name of the recreation they do. Of course, there are brilliant recreations already done on Planet Coaster. So for example, one of my favorite ones is the Baron Coaster, and I've also seen a really nice recreation of the Rock'n'Roller Coaster, also from Disneyland Paris. And yeah, there are brilliant ones. I just wanted to point out that most of the ones in the workshop are just making usage of the name, rather than there is some love spent into, and that was the point. So yeah, that should be it for this episode, guys. Hope you liked it, and see you then in the final video. Bye bye, guys.